Enkosi siyabulela nathi apha e729 Radio Cape Pulpit. Hendrick, sixelele ngamafutshane ngawe. Who is Hendrick Monyeki?
Hendrick Monyeki is, first of all, a child of God. I'm born again. I'm a worship leader at my church, where I've been serving for the past 18 years. And I also believe in belonging somewhere. I'm hip hopper to go from one place to the other, so I belong somewhere. I'm a songwriter, I'm a composer, I'm a gospel recording artist. I'm also a producer. I'm also a founder director of a company called Entertainment. I do music business for creatives and my artists, helping them with registering their companies, and also telling them that music is business, and also helping my artists with ba-register nama companies afana nabo Sambro, nabo Sampra, nabo Kaphasu, kanjalo kanjalo. Also how to sustain yourself, teaching them rather, or helping them with how do they sustain themselves as creatives, not only looking at one thing, not if ababukwa, what do they do so that they can make a living out of craft?
Now, Hendrick, something also very important is the fact that you're a graduate from at the Music Academy of Gauteng. So I think that's so pivotal because I believe so tell us a little bit about that experience, going sort of professional with umculo.
And before I even talk about myself per se, is that why should I'm a doctor go to a medical school? To me, education is the first thing. Yes, you are gifted. Yes, you are anointed. Yes, you are but you also need to acquire skill so that you learn how to do this thing professionally. Because from that we bless people on a Sunday morning, but we still go back at home to empty fridge. You don't have money to pay for your rent. All these things. And not that you are not human, but I promote in the Bible, we must go to school, we must study for craft so that people can start respecting us for what we do. About they thinking, I mean, they still having the mentality to abo Mahatini died poor and all these other artists who died, and people had to contribute because they didn't have funds, they didn't have investment or whatnot. How do we avoid all of that moving forward? That as I'm an artist, especially born again Christians, especially gospel artists. I'm here because there's a lot of opportunities out there that the government is presenting, availing for I'm artist. But I'm a gospel artist. I don't really move as if it's for certain people, it's not for them. So I really promote it that we need to go to school. And just coming back to me, Mina Vele, I went to school. Yes, I'm a graduate at the Music Academy of Gauteng, and which has actually, unlocked a lot of doors for me. I've been in places that I never thought I would be. I've worked with a lot of great musicians around the country, also internationally. I've traveled the world through Ikrafiam, and also that I'm also teaching music. Where I graduated, can you imagine? I started as a student, and then I graduated, and then I started teaching, and it's been now 18 years teaching at the school. Now I'm in management, So this thing works. It works if you explain it correctly. If you package yourself correctly, it will work for you. So I really urge, I'm an artist to go to school to acquire skills so that people can take us seriously because music is business. Even if it's gospel music, it is absolutely business because you're making money out of it.
Indeed. Baphulaphuli sihleli no Hendrick Monyeki uthi kena music, whether it is gospel music or any kind of music, it is business and you need to take yourself seriously as well. Package yourself accordingly. I love that a lot, that you are a brand and it is important, ensure that you upskill yourself, learn the skills that you don't know. Don't just sit there and wait for uba kwenzeke something. That is so vital, especially for other artists out there and generally other people as well. Hendrick, ungathi sound yakho, how has it developed throughout the years since uqalile ukucula gospel?
You know what? That's a very interesting question. I think as we start as an artist, Mankala, you start by mimicking other people. You get influenced by people who are before you. I mean, people who went
Mm,
before you. So
mm,
we listen to a lot, or rather, I listen to a lot to Abu Mamdera, Rebecca Malope, Abu Mokoena, and so forth, about
mm,
and so forth. So they have kind of paved the way for us. And as and I must say this, that there is nothing wrong in mimicking people, because as you do that, you kind of find your own voice.
mm,
So, and which is how what I've done. I've actually, I've been listening, and I still do listen to other, other great musicians, other great artists, and who went before me, and to learn and to to be inspired, and also to learn from them, how do they do the thing, and
mm.
especially if there's longevity, if they've been in the business for longer, how do they, baziphatha kanjani, you know,
Mm.
how do they do the thing? So, you learn from these people. And really, I've grown from really mimicking from other people, and kind of finding my own voice and be comfortable in the voice that I sing, Abaningi bayaphezulu, and not that I can't go up, but I'm really comfortable where I am. So I've really
Yeah.
found a voice here, but that I could only do because I have listened to other people who went before.
Mm, mm. I love that a lot, that you were able to do that because uye wamamela abanye abantu, meaning that for younger artists there is value ekumameleni those that have gone before you, and changing the sound here and there, but also still keeping the main thing. That's what I'm hearing from you.
Correct. Yes, yes. And also, this is one, we cannot sing gospel music and we're not being careful. We are not reading or studying the word of God, because
Yeah.
we need to have a conversation. We need to have a relationship with the person who gave us the gospel. You know, otherwise, it's pointless to sing gospel that you don't believe in. If I am going to be singing about God being Umelusi one, if God being my, my my healer, I need to have an experience. God healing me. God providing
Yeah.
for me. So that I can sing and minister in truth
Yeah.
and in spirit.
I love
You
that.
know, and not
Mm.
really so that you can't separate the word and practice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Practice, as much as we pray, we need to practice. We
Mm.
need to take. Hence, I was also talking about acquiring skills and
Mm.
practicing. You don't just go read the words and then okay, I'm gonna go to studio and record, or I'm going to go and sing. Because when you sing, there are things that you need to do first before you sing. You
Mm.
need to warm up your voice, and all those things we learn at school. But no, you can't just go on stage, uthathe mic school and say, whether you say
Mm.
Konzweni or you say festival or wherever you are, you need to take the audience here serious,
Yeah.
because all these things that are happening on stage or wherever, and if we don't really take this, do the first thing first, it's because we don't know. We
Mm.
we don't know. and we can't do the right thing if we don't. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm.
I'm here to kind of preach the gospel of saying, hey, as much as we praying, we need to practice too. And this doesn't only go to the vocalists only, but it also goes to the musicians out there. I
Mm.
mean, if you want to play and you don't know my music, what do you expect? How do you expect me to work with you, ungazi, music one? But when I work with your friends who are spending more time taking on music, then ubana nalento ukuthi Hendrick ufavor abobani bani
Mm.
akasifuni thina, you know, kubana nalezi zinto vele ezisinaks. But I think we only go for people that we trust that they have proven that they can do the thing. They are committed to their craft, you know. Ngithi mina, as much as other people, we telling other people abenza omunye music, another genre rather, ukuthi bapheze kanjani, we should also tell the gospel artists how to do it, you know,
Mm.
because abantu bathatha serious because we don't take ourselves serious.
Mm.
You
Mm.
know? Yeah, so we need to really fix this thing manje vele. Ngiyabonga that ningibizile namhlanje Nkosi yami ngilive emoyeni, bayangizwa abazalwane. Yes, ngithi mina, let's take
Ziyalunga
talk.
izinto now.
Otherwise, if you don't talk about it, we can't expect to have the change that we want.
Yeah,
So we need to
yeah.
talk about it, really, you know. And abanye abantu, you can't really blame them because they don't know. There are no people who are actually talking about this thing, telling them what to do. But no, you know, because Maulana says, voice yakho iyalala, it
Yes.
sleeps. You know, so you need
Yes.
to wake it up in the morning, Movuga, you know. So so you do your warm up and all. Whether you're going
Mm.
to whether it's a prayer meeting or it's a funeral, whatever it is, you take you take your audience very seriously. You do your warm up.
Mm.
You go out
Mm.
and you are
Mm.
ready, and
Mm.
you pray too.
Mm.
You know,
Mm. Mm.
yeah.
Mm. I love that,
Amen.
Henrik, because uthetha ngokuba, take your craft seriously, daily sharpen it. Ungavele nje uhlale uthi I mean I'm gifted, just wake up, go boom and sing. But I think also that fear of the Lord is so important, and
Yes.
that humility and having the spirit of serving. Ukubone, many artists that I speak to, especially Ababa, in your league, they'll talk about serving, the fact that they've never stopped serving. And what does serving mean to you? Serving, your community through a gift oyinikwe nguNkulunkulu, serving inkonzo yakho, and so on and so forth.
I really believe that, like I was saying, I've been sitting at my church for the past 18 years.
Wow.
I
Mm.
believe in belonging somewhere, and I don't like going up and down. Ngihambe emabandleni, ngingafundanga, you know,
Mm.
because
Mm.
i-problem engiyithola la and ngingayifuni ngizoyithola phambili even worse, you
Mm.
know. So
Mm.
ngeke ngibaleke, yeah. So I need to, I really believe in belonging somewhere. So I've been serving at my church for the past 18 years, and really, a gift yakho uNkulunkulu gave us the gift so that we can serve others. The moment you have a gift and it hasn't started, serving others, then there's a problem.
Yeah.
Then there's a problem. We have a problem. We are given a gift to serve others,
Mm.
to serve God, yes, and to also serve others. Njengesiphambano, we have, a communication, we have a communion noNkulunkulu, and also we should have a communion nabantu,
Mm.
you know. I can't say I love God and what else I don't love my fellow
Abantu. Mm.
citizens.
Mm.
Yes. Or I want to serve God, but I'm not serving the community that I'm in. Worse, if I believe, umuntu who doesn't take care of his family is
Yeah.
worse than an unbeliever.
Mm.
So,
Mm.
so taking care of your family, serving in your own family, at home, serving in your community, that's very vital for me. So your gift should start serving la corner. And that's where we start. The change that we want, if we want to reach out, we really need to start where we are using what we have.
Mm,
You
mm.
have the gift. What is it that you have? You have the gift. The problem is the things cut to we compete with each other simply
Yeah.
because a friend of mine is doing something and they're flourishing in it, and I just go, nami ngiyayifuna le, nami ngifuna ukuyenza, nami bayamthanda ngikozweni, yabo, without really finding what is my purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but then we
important.
end up now doing this thing that is not really working out. But I really believe in serving God and also serving others.
Yeah, so powerful, Hendrik. I think uyayicacisa nje kakuhle uba that is where it all starts. Awunokwazi uvele nje wenze umsebenzi kaNkulunkulu ungaqalanga enkonzweni yakho, ungaqalanga even in your own home. Xa kukho maybe those things that come up, avail yourself, serve God's people. Henrik, what has been i-highlight yakho? I know indlela yakho has been long, but nje a highlight that comes to mind kuwo qonba, man, you know what, with this achievement kulapho ndabona ukuthi God is with me, okanye kulapho ndabona ukuthi, man, there is a value in what I bring to abantu.
Swami, every morning I wake up. I work 6 days a week. I go to school, like I said. So I meet a lot of people that come to the school to study music from different provinces, from different homes, and just there's one thing that fulfills me, that encourages me to wake up in the morning, to leave my house in the morning, regardless of whatever, just to go and see someone, encouraging someone, just to see someone who is maybe trying to find themselves, you know. And when I get there, I really align them properly and say, listen, affirming them, going there and just to affirm these people and say, hey, you can make it. You do great things in life. You are the best. You are talented. Telling them and giving them information, sharing the experiences that I have over the years, because I've been in the business for 20 years, you know, going there and really seeing them, and also at the end of the year, writing their exams and they are passing. That really fulfills me. That really, it's always that highlight in my life.
Mm. I love that, the
Yeah.
impact, making
Yeah.
impact kwabanye abantu that are upcoming within the gospel music industry and just the music industry as a whole. When you're looking at our South African music industry, ndiyayazi-ke, of course, you have already mentioned ezinye izinto, but if you could just elaborate and, focus a little bit more on ngabe uba wena ubunganikwa an opportunity uba izinto uzitshintshe ngokwakho, zeziphi izinto, what would be the top things onozitshintsha or implement in the industry?
Yo, I did touch some of them, especially maybe let me bring masikhuluma nge-industry mhlambe ngifocus kule industry
Gospel,
ye-gospel.
yeah.
Mm. Like I said, first, like I said, I do ama free workshops, the music workshops around the country, teaching or helping creatives and artists how to register their own company, because abanye they only know Samro, you know, and that's really sad because there's other things. There's some private Capasso, there's Risa, there's all that. So helping them, I would love that more should be done really on the gospel side, that artists should know these things, but they need to register with these companies, and also they should have their own entertainment or production company, whatever. They start doing these things on their own and cut the middleman. Times have
Mm.
changed. We are living in times of 4IR, times of technology. You don't la ukhona la Eastern Cape ukhona in Cape Town, Durban. You don't really have to come to Durban and do things. You don't
Yeah.
really have to have a big building to become a publisher, you know. I teach them that, listen, you can become your own publisher.
It's
So first
awesome.
of all,
Mm.
register your own company, production company, whatever you may call it. Register it with CIPC, and then go and register Nabo Samro, Capasso, Risa, and so forth, and register your music there. And then do your own distribution online. Because really, people, Monga Pegasi family, cars don't come with CDs anymore.
Yeah.
CD player anymore. You know, yeah, people are using Bluetooth, people are
Mm.
streaming, people are downloading. You know, and I
Absolutely.
think we should really focus there. So that's the education, or rather, the thing that I
Mm.
really would love us to fix and focus and really cut this thing. Which I need to belong to a particular big company and have
Mm.
be signed and whatnot. You men and then do the thing on your own. And then imali yakho, because that's your intellectual property. Imali yakho, because of ingoma. And here's another thing. Last one is that I need to educate people that music consists of words and melody. I repeat
Yeah.
this. Music consists of words and melody. If somebody has played piano or guitar, they are not composers. They don't fall there. They
Mm.
are what we call certain musicians. So when as you are the composer and you are the author of your own music. So if you want to compensate people, Sampra is there to compensate session musicians, people who play
Mm.
piano, drum, my backing vocalists. So they need to be part or register with those companies so that they can be paid apart from the imali ozobabhadala yona for session fee. You know, so
Mm.
people are being robbed out there. Is that played piano for you, so I'm the composer. Nobody owns chords. Chords adlalwa kuma-piano nama-guitar. Nobody owns them. They
Mm.
are there, they've been there. So, but if I came with a melody and I came with the words, that's my song. I'm the composer, and I'm the author. So when Mkabe, you are a producer, you put the band together for me, Wangfage studio and whatnot. So Mkabe, you are a producer. And Samro and Capasso and Sambra, they will pay you royalties that I do for you. But you
Mm.
are not the composer and you are not the author. So those are two things that I wanted.
Mm. Thank you very much for sharing, your vast knowledge, to Hendrick Monyeki. I definitely think uba bazwile aba bamamele. Ndifuna ubuyela ke ngoku emculweni wakho. We have a new song eyona esithetha ngayo, which is called Arise. Khawusixelele ngayo. What does arise mean to you, and why uye wasinika le ngoma?
So currently promoting Vele Arise EP.
Mm.
It is about 6 songs. You recorded it's over theater. And then so Arise to me, it was an instruction from God to me and
Mm.
say, Arise. You've been in the camp for too long,
Mm.
because sometimes we get too comfortable in our uncomfortable zone. you know,
Mm.
we are okay with certain things really that doesn't really work for us. And God said to me, listen, arise. And that is the word I heard from the Lord. And I'm just saying, you know what? I'm going to name this out EP Arise. So within the EP, I've got songs like Siagubonga. I've got songs like uh, Momadin Akonyana. I've got songs like uh, Momadin Akonyana, yes, and I've got a song called Mighty God. I've got a song called Enchebeka Musa. I've got a song called Jesu Kisichabelo. Really, it's those songs are really a testament in my life, because really I've seen really God after I've arisen. I've seen a lot of things really being in place. God putting things in order for me.
Hi, siyambonga uNkulunkulu, for the work that He has done through you, pruning you, molding you to be lo muntu onguye now, and to be in a position now that where you are giving back, through the music school. Siyambulela truly uNkulunkulu. Abantu Babu Hendrick bangamfumana phi uArise okugqibela, and just before uphendule logo ngabe iadvice yakho ithini to ababancane abasangena in the industry, nje your top things onosixelela zona to be aware of, maybe izinto that you've learned along the way, that they need to be careful of kwi-industry.
Whew, like I said, I think I've mentioned or rather highlighted a lot in the education. Uh, yes, that we really need to go to school, acquire skills. Talent alone is not enough. Practice a lot, you know, practice, 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 practice.
Practice.
Now, there's a difference between practicing and rehearsing. And here's another thing is that people, when they are given umsebenzi esontweni, and I don't know how other churches work, but where I am, we give people ingoma to go and practice at home. So
Yes.
Maui one, we are practicer, you practice, right? But when we come together and meet on a certain date and say, hey, we're meeting on Tuesday or meeting on Saturday, that's a rehearsal. It means we're not going to be teaching each other words there. We're not going to be teaching each other ungacheckanga ile lawo language bayibizwa ukuthi check awucheckanga wena uza ku-rehearsal you are not prepared and then ngapha leyo attitude and manner that you are behaving emasontweni, that's the one, and then you want to be taken seriously when you take this thing professionally. So it doesn't work that way. So the manner that you behave ey'nkonzweni zenu, you need to carry on and do it properly because you don't know who's looking at you. Sometimes umuntu that you aspiring to work with and whatnot, or your break could be at church, you
Njalo.
know. So do things properly, warm up, like I said in the morning, practice, 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 and lastly, pray, 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 like practice one word.
Enkosi kakhulu siyabonga, and okugqibela sifumana phi ingoma yakho, ingoma zakho zonke, where can we go on the digital platforms?
My songs are everywhere on digital platforms. I've got a channel, I've got a YouTube channel where I've got videos as well there. Hendrick Monyeki, Hendrick with a CK, Hendrick, Monyeki, Moni. And I'm on Facebook, Hendrick Monyeki. I'm on Twitter at Monyeki Hendrick. I'm also on Instagram at Hendrick H Monyeki. Yeah, my songs are everywhere on Spotify, iTunes. Yeah, as Hendrick Monyeki.
Awesome. Hi, siyabonga kakhulu Babu Hendrick Monyeki. Thank you so much. uNkulunkulu aqhubekeke akunike zonke izinto ozinqwenelayo enhlizweni yakho, and imisebenzi oyenzayo ibinga uThixo angayisikelela, and may God honestly and truly extend your territory even more than he has now, and continue to impact the gospel music industry in the positive way that you've been doing. Thank you so much, because you are contributing to the next generation of gospel musicians. Siyabonga.
Bonga Tina, thank you so much for having me tonight, and God bless you.
God bless you. And we are going to say goodbye with U Arise. Enkos Kakulu. God bless you.
Thank you. Bye.